Final 8 days of the Dazzler Pass giveaway. Any support's appreciated. Our goal is 17,000 in 8 days. We're currently at 16,765, so we are pretty close to it. And yeah, if we get there, I add 1 Dazzler Pass to the giveaway, and I also rank 3 King or OG Thanos as a bonus incentive, so subscribe. And yeah, that's not like necessarily what's the most important thing right now. What's important is this character right here on the screen, and I might sound a bit out of it, I might sound sad, and it's because I am sad, because this video was so hard to make, right? Like, Howard is my boy. He's one of my favorite champions in this game. Like, he is ranked number 4 on my all-time favorites list, so like that should show you how hard this video is to make. But like, I'm gonna just say it, I don't think Howard is the best tech champion anymore. A lot of reasons, right? New tech characters have just come out. You know, Brian Grant has disappeared, and he is like the founder of the Duck Society, and so like without him, things just feel lost. And just like all these things combined, Howard the Duck not being like the best for like the past season in Battlegrounds, like all of it, man, just it adds together, and it's like, is it over for Howard the Duck? And you know, I guess the answer is yes, but after thinking about it more, like, we have to really answer this question: who is the new best tech character, right? Because if it's not Howard, then it has to be someone else. So let's really think about it. Like I said, a lot of good new tech additions, like, it could be any of those, but then I thought to myself, there really is, like, one question to answer, and that question is, did you seriously think that Howard the Duck wasn't the best tech champion? Like, that's actually so silly of you, man. Of course, he is still the best tech character in this game. He will always be the best tech character in this game. And the fact that you thought for a second that he wasn't the best, unreal. Absolutely, like, absolutely shameful, right? Like, you have to subscribe. You have to, you know what, send me $1,000 right now because you did that. Like, who could be a better tech character? Prowler? First of all, his name sounds like he's not allowed anywhere near school, so I don't think a champion with that type of name should be anywhere close to the best tech, so he's immediately off the list. Jack-o'-lantern, only good for like, what, 1 day out of the year, which is Halloween. What about the other 364 days of the year, right? Sentinel, bro, Sentinel, he's literally the most fraudulent defender in the game. Beta Ray Bill sends him to Cancun every single time. Like, all these tech characters, man, they have nothing on Howard the Duck, right? He will always be the best in the game. Stark Spidey, bro, his nickname is Genitals Parker. I can't say the actual nickname because, you know, family friendly, but you know what I'm trying to say. Bro got, like, completely violated by that one guy in the movie, so yeah. No chance that he's the best either. All these guys are just complete jokes compared to the deity known as Howard the Duck. Ghost, haven't even heard of her since like, what, 2020? What other tech champions are there? Nimrod? His name is Nimrod. That's literally an insult. His name is literally like an insult, and it describes him perfectly since he is a Nimrod. So he's irrelevant. He's out of here. Who else, man? Name any tech character. They don't compare to the deity known as Howard the Duck. And yeah, man, I'm okay, like, actually serious now. I made this video because I just honestly missed using this character, like, big time. Like, 123 right there for the, like, most recent piece of content. Absolutely insane. One of the fastest fight times for that tiger fight. And that tiger fight doesn't even seem good on paper for Howard the Duck because of the neutralize and him being buff reliant. But that's the thing with Howard the Duck. He always just gets the job done. Like, it seems like a fight is not good for him, but then he just doesn't care and he gets it done anyways. And that's what I've always loved about this champion, and that's why I feel like versatility wise, he definitely is still like one of the best tech champions in the game, like, not even kidding. So yeah, I honestly did just miss this character, right? And you know, jokes aside, I was kind of harsh on some characters, especially Prowler. I feel bad about that one, but actually no, I don't. That man, he deserves it. But yeah, like, I've gone on, you know, journeys with other characters, like this year. It started like, what, December with like Sentry, and then January with Beta Ray Bill, like currently. And it makes me, like, you know, not really talk about my actual favorites, such as like Mamon, Namor, Gladiator, and of course right now, Howard the Duck. And I do want to cover all these guys again, especially next month, which, just all I have to say for next month is stay tuned, because there is something massive that I have planned that I am so excited for. But it all starts with revisiting my favorites, right? Like, that's where it all starts, and it's starting with the duck. And you know, Howard the Duck, he has like a whole history in this game. All started with the founder, with like the founding duck, Brian the Grant. Brian the Grant? Yeah, that's a great nickname actually. Howard the Duck, Brian the Grant. Yeah, man. Like, it all started with him and me being like a super fan of his channel. Like, of course, I had to like pick up Howard myself just to see what like the hype was about. And after that, you know, rest is history. Howard the Duck became one of my favorites, one of my mains for the Alliance War season that he was tactic, and it was like the best time of my MCOC life because he is just so fun to play. And yeah, this Cassie fight, by the way, very, very well done. Like, pretty much really solid for it, since you have to parry to activate the bonuses in this fight, and he's all about parrying, so it was just bound to be a very, very easy and simple fight for him. And I'm just like going through the most recent pieces of content that I haven't covered with Howard the Duck, because yeah, like, these pieces of content I've been covering with like other characters such as like Beta Ray Bill and like, you know, Sentry and whatnot. But in reality, like, if I wasn't creating content for y'all and like testing out new characters, I'd just be doing it with Howard the Duck, with Mamon, Namor, Gladiator, with like all those characters. And I want to go back to that for a bit, because, you know, actually, hold on. First, I just want to say, like, of course, I still love the characters that I go on journeys with, such as Sentry. Like, he was literally number 5 in my all-time favorites list. And, like, Beta Ray Bill, he'd definitely be, like, considered for top 10. And, like, I do love those characters, but these are the OGs. And these are the ones that, like, really, really, like, spoke to me, right? And, you know, I just had to bring back Howard the Duck to the channel, and you'll see a lot of characters coming back to the channel very soon. If you've seen my intro for like the past couple of videos, you can guess who is going to be like one of the most important showcases in February. And, you know, I've gotten some comments about the week of Mamon, which I did promise a long time ago, but it had to be postponed because I think I got sick. You know, that's always going to be something that is like on the horizon. So yeah, man, I don't know, I miss my favorites, I miss my boys, and slowly but surely they are coming back. So yeah, now we have this Havoc fight on this Alliance War showcase. This is a path 4 Havoc pretty much, and Howard the Duck is just incredible for it because he has, you know, armor ups, and that's pretty much all you need for Havoc these days. And yeah, like, even with the non-contact mediums, you can just reparry and get your damage going that way. So he makes it like quite the joke. He is definitely one of the best options for it. And like, Howard the Duck is just one of the best options for this tactic in general. Like, when I was a Howard main, which, you know, I'm trying to get back to form obviously, he was my main champion for this Alliance War tactic. And I literally had my best season of all time because of Howard the Duck. Like, I took the most fights I've ever taken, and Howard the Duck was like the most used character in my battle group when he was tactic and I was using him. So like, we trusted Howard. It was a process, but like, we ended up just trusting Howard so much. And that was like, thankfully, because of me. I mean, not like I didn't do everything obviously, but Howard did just do so much. And Howard like honestly made me look like a good player in Alliance War, when the truth is I'm just like kind of, you know, 50-50 during Alliance War. And yeah, however, with like, you know, that season I was deathless. I honestly just felt so good in that season, and when he left and like he wasn't tactic anymore, I was just so sad, and I was like, man, I just don't really care about Alliance War anymore since I don't have my boy with me, and he was like the only one that I wanted to use for that game mode. And I've like managed ever since, because I found champions like Beta Ray Bill. I have found Spiral, who I'm like absolutely in love with right now. Such an awesome character. But yeah, look at this sequence, man. Like, we're dropping 35,000 mediums, we drop the relic into the SP1, and the fight's just done. Just like that. Like, he absolutely crushed that North Star fight. One of the best options for it by far. And, you know, that North Star was a nightmare for so many players on that Alliance War showcase. And while people were like, complaining about it, I was like, dude, come on, it's just like a 50-second Howard fight, how hard is it? But then I realized not many people believe in this character as much as I do, and I did I tried to change that narrative a long time ago, or like not too long ago, but semi decently long ago, and it was like fun. It was a fun time on my channel, but I can always bring it back, and that's what I'm trying to do right now. So yeah, now we have this Danny Moonstar on the like 3 million health showcase thingy, and this is one of the craziest fights ever, because with this like showcase thing, the like whole game plan is you get them down to like 50% or something before the 2-minute timer expires, and you just get like supercharged damage output. But with Howard the Duck, he hits so hard and is so good for these longer fights, to the point where once that timer is up, the opponent is pretty much already KO'd. And like, he is one of the few characters, if not like the only character, that can do that in this game mode with like the pool of tactic champions, because just a lot of these characters are very short form and like, bursty type champions, but Howard the Duck, he's an all-around character. He is good for these short fights, like as you can see in the Alliance War showcase, he absolutely dominated it. He's also good for like the medium fights. He's honestly best there in my opinion, and like even in these longer fights, he is still super good, since once he's fully ramped up, he never loses his damage output once. It just like permanently stays there. And the game is trying to stop Howard here with the connection thing, still can't stop him, right? This character, people say that he is like one of the easiest characters to stop, because just remove his buffs and that's it, or like remove his debuffs and that's it. But that's not the case all the time. He can always work around it, and that's what makes this champion so special in my eyes, because he seems so easy on paper to stop, right? But in reality, he is one of the most versatile champions in this game, and I will always love him for that. But yeah, this matchup is pretty much done. Just like one more SP2 should get the job done. Here, she's going to drop the SP, actually the SP nothing, because we go in for a combo, 84,000 right there, drop the SP2, and there you go, fight's done just like that. Absolutely incredible stuff. And yeah, that's Howard the Duck in the newest pieces of content, still absolutely dominant in it. And I could edit out this loading screen part, but we're gonna keep it, because while we wait here, while Howard the Duck face palms, I want you to think about what you did. You thought that Howard the Duck wasn't the best tech character, so I'm gonna let you sit down and think about what you were like even thinking when you thought that. When you clicked on this video, you thought, okay, yeah, he's not the best. Shame on you, right? So we're gonna have a moment of just like you reflecting on your thoughts right now. And I hope you learned your lesson. So yeah, Howard the Duck, still love him a ton. One of my all-time favorites, and he's gonna stay one of my all-time favorites. And I have a pretty set like top 3 favorites, and they are coming soon. Do not worry. They are very much coming soon. I'm so excited for it, but they're not coming alone. They're gonna have something that honestly is so exciting that I wish I could say it right now, but just gotta stay tuned a bit. So let me know your thoughts on Howard the Duck and him still being the best tech character. And yeah, that's about it for me.